and thank you for joining us on episode 25 of You're Welcome, the podcast where two dudes who don't know squat become experts on everything.
Everything?
I'm Drew Frazier.
I'm Zach Roberts.
And welcome to the show. This week we'll be teaching you about...
Oh, that's my turn. Reiki!
And I'll be going over Calcio Storico.
Hey! Whatever that means.
Both of those sound like gibberish, so I guess you'll figure out what they are whenever we get there.
Yeah. So...
but hey, Zach, how was your week?
It was pretty good. Aside from work, the office got basically shut down. The network did. So I spent 3 days trying to work from home with a lack of support. So I'm about 3 days behind.
Nice.
But other than that, Emily and I went to apartment shopping, just browsing, looking around the local area, trying to see what we can scrounge up money-wise to figure out where we're going to hang out at. And it went well. Pretty nice places.
I feel like maybe that should be something that could be something that I do for a future episode, is apartment hunting.
Oh yeah,
things
absolutely.
to look for.
Yeah, but things. Okay, yeah,
things you don't want in an apartment, and what you want your rent to be. And I mean, I don't know.
It's an idea.
It might not be enough material to last a full.
I don't know.
Episode.
Since when did we pick a topic that was enough material or a bit too much material?
We've never had one that's quite the right amount.
Nothing that's consistent. So,
hey, that's fine. We keep people on their toes around here.
Exactly. That's right, baby. But yeah. How was your week?
Not really anything too notable, I guess, at work. We actually did. We had a coworker. I didn't really work super closely with him, but we had a Best Buy salesman pass away this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no. How old was he?
Huh?
How old was he?
It's 25.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What happened?
He killed himself. Yeah.
Oh no.
It happens to some very good people in the world. But it was a, I guess I'll say strange, a strange experience to be coming to the end of a work day and the whole store has gotten that news. So then when the last customer leaves, it's everybody's super down. Yeah. And then it was the day of his funeral was Saturday, and it was pretty much the whole store shut down to go to the funeral.
Wow.
So it's pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah. Hey, for any of our listeners out there, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out here. If you're feeling not great, if you're feeling you're getting to a place where you can't go on anymore, if you can, try to reach out to somebody. I mean, there are places that you can call. I don't know the exact number. We'll post a link to it or something for America, wherever you live. I'm sure you know it. People talk about it. Reach out to somebody. And even if you're not in that kind of place, reach out to somebody who you think may be getting close to that place. Be intentional about it. Help them out, because you don't know where anybody else is in their life, and you don't know until you reach out and try to help, because you never know whose life you could save. Not that that's what you're aiming for, to be in it for the glory, but to help somebody out. I don't know.
Yeah, it can definitely. I feel like it could just sneak up on you sometimes. Yeah,
depression is a weird thing. It really sucks.
But past that, pretty standard week over at the Geek Squad.
Yeah.
Nothing too difficult as far as the actual work week went. So pretty good week. And hey, football started this week, so here we go.
Oh, it did.
Let's go Cowboys.
Woo! Cowboys?
Yeah. They're actually playing right now as we speak.
Are they? Oh my god. I don't shows you what I know. I don't watch football. I used to play it, but I never can't get into it.
Football's this
done.
week. Anyway,
Anyway,
including stuff that you don't keep up with. You know what I don't keep up with?
what's that?
Reiki.
And why would you?
I have no clue what Reiki is, so.
Well, okay. Well, I'm here to tell you about it. I guess. So when I originally decided to research Reiki, I believe I called it like an ancient Japanese art of mystical healing, right? I think. Anyway, something like that. Well, I can confidently say that it is most certainly not ancient. It is definitely not.
Well, you weren't an expert on it 2 weeks ago, so it's fine.
Yeah. So we're in the clear. I'm in the clear. Okay.
We'll give past Zach a pass on that.
Thank you. Past me appreciates.
You only get one though.
Damn it. Oh man. What am I going to do with myself? Anyway, Reiki itself is simply a form of energy healing, which is an alternative medicine that involves hands-on healing with a universal energy, and was developed by Dr. Mikao Usui. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. In the late 1800s, thought to be around about 1890. Didn't really kick off till the 1920s, though. It is said that during his lifetime, Dr. Usui taught over 2,000 people to use Reiki, allowing this odd healing modality to carry on over the years. And some people use it as a complementary therapy for cancer treatment, and in some cases, psychological therapy. Interestingly enough, it isn't ascribed to any particular religion, so it is open to use by all walks of life, and has actually been used by people of the Christian faith, which is kind of interesting. I won't get into it. Yeah, but you ever been into a church and they say the laying on hands?
Yeah,
kind of like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, what exactly is Reiki? Well, to understand the concepts of Reiki, let's break down the name. Rei, R-E-I, typically meaning soul or spirit, and ki means vital energy. As for how it works, well, the best way I can think to describe this is to relate it to pop culture, popular media. Reiki uses the belief that the world's energy, known as ki or chi, can be used to heal, relax, and enhance oneself or someone else. So instead of using your ki or internal energy to fly around and make shadow clones, you're using this ki to heal someone. Hey, you remember Karate Kid? You know, the original one from the 80s? Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, of course, right? Well, spoiler alert for the film, if anybody who hasn't seen, God, what is that? The 40-year-old now? 40-year-old film?
Oh, yeah. Something. Who knows? I have no clue.
Well, spoiler alert for an old film. At the very end of the movie, in the final fight against the antagonists, the main character, Daniel, is intentionally crippled by his opponent, and he kicks him in the leg, right? So Daniel's master, Mr. Miyagi, lays hands on Daniel's leg to help get him back in the fight. Now, of course, it's not explicitly mentioned that Mr. Miyagi is using his ki, but you can kind of imagine that's how someone using Reiki would do. Yeah. So it involves the focusing of this energy field that encompasses all things in the world, and using this metaphysical energy across a patient to relax their body and mind. Typically, a practitioner of Reiki would place their hands directly on a patient or hover their hands a few inches over the body, whichever the patient is more comfortable with. Reiki users often start the healing session at the head and work their way down the body, which, depending on the practitioner, can last from 20 minutes to an hour. And the aim of this top-to-bottom movement is to balance the energy within your body and to get rid of any energy or ki blocks to help encourage the natural healing in your body. The Reiki master will sometimes play soft, relaxing music to help you feel comfortable during a session. And some practitioners even claim to be able to send ki to other people over long distances, kind of like how Goku draws in ki from all over the earth to create a spirit bomb.
Wait. You said people use this as therapy?
Yeah. Oddly enough. They do. It's kind of bizarre because there's something I really want to stress about Reiki. It is by no means at all whatsoever a replacement for any kind of medical treatment whatsoever.
What?
Do not do it.
This seems like an extremely reputable form of healing. What are you talking about?
Oh, it is. Oh, absolutely. Countless studies have been carried out on the effectiveness of Reiki as a medical treatment, and so far, the results have been less than stellar. I mean, sure, there are countless people who claim and exclaim the wonders of the healing process that Reiki provides for them. But scientifically speaking, the results for using Reiki for even just psychological benefits vary wildly across different studies and cases, and are considered extremely unreliable by the scientific community. It's really hit or miss.
I wonder if this is kind of like a sort of placebo type benefit.
Yes, kind of. And even then, in studies I've read up on that use placebo on alongside this, there's little difference. It studies done directly by Reiki masters, quote unquote, proving their effectiveness, have been redone by psychologists and psychiatrists, and to no effect.
Right.
It doesn't really work, as far as we know. Right. So even the methodology in the original literature for Reiki isn't really clearly described, and some practitioners omit certain parts of the texts to fit their practicing style, I suppose. It's also worth noting that Reiki is often used as an illustrative example of pseudoscience in academic journals and scholarly texts. So if the healing modality you're choosing to heal your body is commonly shown as a pseudoscience in anything reputable, I would recommend not using it to heal your body. So all that to say, while there haven't been any safety or health issues for people who use this process as a complementary medicine to help relax or what have you, there is some risks that some people will likely substitute proven healing methods for alternative routes like Reiki. So it is, again, important to state that Reiki will not heal any ailment that one might have, especially cancer, but some people find it therapeutic. So I personally would not trust the practice as a healing method at all, especially considering that you can buy a Reiki Master Certificate online for less than $100.
Wait. You just buy it?
You can buy it. You can take whatever class you want with it and learn on it on your own. Reiki is your own power, man. It's the power flowing within you and the world. And as much as I would love to believe that the fact that practitioners and masters could just buy it for less than $100 online is kind of no, thank you. So take with that what you will, but I'd put my money on proven medicine. But hey, on the positive side, if anything, Reiki can be used as a sort of relaxation technique. I would probably use it to be utilized as like a method of focusing during meditation. So, yeah, that's about all I have on Reiki.
Nice.
Because you have to buy in to learn more about it. from the ancient texts, you have to. It's like an MLM scheme. You have to buy into it to
exactly.
So, yeah. One thing I know that isn't quite mystical, or at least I don't think it is mystical. It certainly sounds mystical and powerful. Is Calcio Storico?
Pretty close.
Is that how you say that? Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Well, I hear you've done some research on it.
I've done a little research on it, and I guess that's where I'll start is with the jargon, which includes, I guess, pronunciation and translation of Calcio Storico.
Oh, okay, that's how you say it. My bad.
So the full name would actually be Calcio Storico Fiorentino, and the translation word for word for that would be calcio, which directly translates to mean kick, but in this context, it would mean football. And then Storico means historical, and Fiorentina means Florentinian, or Florentine, I think is the correct Florentine, yeah. So the full phrase would be a Florentine historical football.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
However, it is neither American football nor European football, though it could potentially be seen to be a mixture of the two. So, Calcio Storico Fiorentino is a combination of soccer, rugby, and wrestling. It originates from 16th century Florence and is played today in historical costume. So they got the big puffy Renaissance pants and everything. Pretty cool looking.
That sounds amazing.
So Florence is made up of 4 historical neighborhoods, and each of these neighborhoods puts together a team to compete in the Calcio tournament each year. So first there are 2 semifinal games, and then there's a final match to determine the overall winner.
Okay.
So also, in order to participate in the tournament, you must be born within the city of Florence. And whichever of the 4 neighborhoods you are born in is the only neighborhood you are allowed to play in for life.
Wow, really? For life?
For life, baby.
Wow, that's a big commitment there. I mean, what are the different neighborhoods you could be born in, I guess?
Right. So like the 4 historical neighborhoods of Florence would be Santa Croce, and in the Calcio tournament, they are represented, like their team is represented by the color blue. So Santa Croce is the color blue, and then Santo Spirito is the white team. Santa Maria Novella is red, and then San Giovanni is green. And that's all they go off of. It's just color. There's no animals or anything. It's the red team.
Very simple.
Yeah,
I like it.
So if you're planning on visiting Florence, I would say June is probably the best month to do so, as the Calcio Storico final match is played on June 24th, which is Florence's patron saint's feast day for St. John the Baptist.
Oh,
so it's tied in like religiously, though I don't think it really started off religiously. I remember reading something about like there was a war going on, and the city of Florence was like, what's it called whenever like an army like surrounds the city and doesn't let anybody in or out, and they're like try to starve them out? Huh?
It's a blockade?
Maybe. There's a word for it. You know what I'm talking about.
Something. Yeah.
I think that was happening in some war, and it was like Florence was like, let's show them that we don't need any food. Let's play like this really violent game, like right there in front of this army, just to like taunt them and be like, we're fine in here. Leave us alone out there. You're good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Of course, that like I have zero facts or anything to back that up, but I remember reading that somewhere.
It sounds fun.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't believe it started off as a religious ceremony or anything. It just kind of was like, hey, let's play this game. Let's make up a game today.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Yuletide, right? Got incorporated. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so as far as the location of where this game is played, Piazza Santa Croce is the location of this game every year, which is located directly in front of the church Santa Croce. Piazza Santa Croce is essentially just a town square made of stone, but in the 16th century, it was simply made of dirt. So to keep the game a little bit safer and to recreate the old historic feel, the city covers the square in dirt, specifically for the tournament. Of course, today, bleachers are also set up so that spectators can better enjoy the game.
Okay. It sounds pretty interesting so far. But are there specific rules for the game?
Oh, baby. It's, this is kind of interesting because there are rules, but like the rules make it sound like there aren't rules because of how like I don't know, like how intense the game is.
Is this a Fight Club situation?
It is. It's getting there. The official rules of the Calcio Storico were first published in 1580 by Giovanni de' Bardi, who was a Florentine count, and the rules are as follows. It is played in teams of 27 on each side, so 27 one side, 27 the other. And the objective is to score points by throwing or kicking the ball into a goal running the entire width of the 2 shorter ends of the field. So you can use both your feet and your hands. And like in soccer, like the goal is just like part of the side of the field. Whereas the goals in Calcio Storico are the entire baseline of either end of the field.
Huh. Okay.
So 1 ball into the goal equals 1 point. And if a team ends up throwing or kicking the ball over their opponent's goal, then their opponent is awarded with half of a point. So you kind of want to be a little careful about what shots you take. The field is roughly 100 meters by 50 meters, and a white line bisects it into 2 even squares. To say also that this sport is a contact sport would be an understatement. Players are literally allowed to brawl each other. There are also no substitutions allowed. So if players become injured or expelled from the game, the team continues on without them.
Wow.
So at the beginning of play, the ball is kicked to the center of the field by a referee. Then the 2 teams commence to punch, kick, and wrestle each other. When either one of the teams thinks they have subdued enough of the other team, they then go for the ball and attempt to score. Once the ball is touched, if you become tackled or if you tackle someone else, you must remain on the ground until the ball is scored. And as far as officials go, there is 1 referee on the field, and there are 6 linesmen. And then there's also a field master whose primary responsibility is to establish order whenever a fight gets out of hand.
Gotcha. Okay. So...
Yeah, and I saw you get a little confused there about you have to remain on the ground.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
So I want to ask about that.
It's I mean, it's exactly how it sounds. Like I watched a few videos of them playing the game, and it's like someone is in possession of the ball, another person gets tackled. They both have to remain on the ground until the ball goes into one of the goals. So that's why they kind of like do a lot of the brawling before either team touches the ball. To kind of like wear down each other's defenses first.
Okay, gotcha. So that sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. So let's say I had a mental breakdown and I became crazy enough to want to get into this game. How should I go? Like, how should I prepare for it? Because I feel like you may want some pads for this or something.
Well, you don't get any.
No.
Literally, all they wear is pants. There is no padding whatsoever.
Oh my god! This is terrifying.
If you want to play this game, here are my tips for you. First tip is to be born in Florence. So,
shit.
Yeah, you're out of luck. But okay, so let's say you want to play an unofficial match. Okay. So then you just have to be born in general. So first step, be born. Okay.
Got it.
Then you can start training. So, in order to train for Calcio Storico, you really need to be like extremely fit to play, or to play well at least. So I would say build muscle and build your cardio endurance, because these matches last 50 minutes long, and there is no breaks, there's no timeouts, there's no anything. You play for 50 minutes straight, and then it's over. So you hit the ground running, and you got to go for 50 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think I'm crazy enough to play this game. I'm good.
Okay, so then my next tip would be, when playing, be prepared to go to the hospital afterwards.
Oh, good God almighty. No.
Most players will leave the field with at least 1 injury. Broken bones are not unheard of. And there was even a player within the last couple of years who was tackled so hard his eyeball popped out.
What?
Yeah, so
that is terrible.
Past that, just knock people out and get the ball into the goal. There's really nothing much.
Somebody's eye out.
There's nothing much to it, man. You should be able to do that. Yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome for that mental image.
Oh man, it's almost as bad as, like, you know how you see in soccer where they do the slide tackle and kick somebody's ankle out of their body.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like watching someone roll their ankle to where it like goes completely sideways.
It makes me sick.
It's great. It's great.
It's terrible.
Well, yeah, you're welcome. That's all I got for Calcio Storico.
Wow, that was a ride.
But I really want to go watch a match. Like
I would watch it.
It's on the bucket list. I'm going to Florence one day to watch some Calcio Storico.
Do it.
Yeah.
I wanna hear your reaction to seeing it live and actually watching some dude's eyeball pop out of his face.
Exactly.
My God.
Well, hey, pal, you know what we're doing this week on the show?
You mean aside from telling people different things? No.
This would be a hot sauce week. So we got a couple of hot sauces here for you to try out and give some reviews on.
Excellent.
Beautiful. Why don't you give a little lowdown on which hot sauce you have this week? Okay.
Well, as I've mentioned before, I'm pretty sure I've said it before. I've got this hot sauce from a local, somewhat local. I guess what would you call it? It's an upscale gas station basically called Buc-ee's.
Yeah,
it's spread throughout Texas and parts of other southern states.
It really is
Texas.
pretty much its own it's like
a convenience store, but it's
a convenience store, but it's a retail store with a gas station outside. For
its own merch, because it's a product of capitalism. Is the best way I can put it. Pure unadulterated cap. Anyway, so I got this hot sauce from Buc-ee's. It is a Carolina Reaper hot sauce. They call it fiery hot, and it should be okay. I got some chips, some good Foley for you.
Oh boy.
Don't edit this out, Sean. Keep it in. Keep it in.
All right, I have a sauce called Zombie Repellent Apocalyptic Hot Sauce.
Ooh.
And I believe the primary pepper is habanero, so I'm not expecting too much of a kick, but it's a little fun hot sauce to try out. So here we go.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna get my chips here.
Yeah, let me get a little dab on the chip.
I'm gonna do this. Thing pours out fast because I'm pretty sure it's just salt. Oh, there it goes. It's basically salsa.
You ready?
Give me a sec. Hang on. I'm trying not to spill it all over my keyboard.
It smells delicious.
Yeah, this one.
You ready?
It doesn't smell.
3, 2, 1. Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I really like that hot sauce. All right, go ahead.
You have to send me some. So this is good. It's got some kick to it. I would say, since I got like a whole bunch of it in my mouth at once, it's not terrible. It's not super duper spicy. It's not as flavorful as I would say Melinda's is. And despite it using a spicier pepper, I think because it uses less of it, it's not quite as spicy. So like in the ingredients list, it is 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients down, right? So it doesn't use as much of the Carolina Reaper pepper, but it is pretty spicy. I would give it a for flavor, I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
For spiciness, I'd give it about a I'd say 4, close to Melinda's. And creativity, I'd give it a 2 out of 5.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I think I want to clarify creativity. Are we basing creativity off of like the sauce itself, or maybe we want to like be like creativity in the sauce, as in, oh wow, there's blueberries in the sauce, but also like the labeling and advertisement on the bottle itself could also be a part of creativity?
Yeah, okay. I think it can be all of those things, like overall creativeness of the sauce, like what constitutes the all overall creativity of the flavor of the bottle, what have you. So I'm giving this one a 2 because it just has the Buc-ee's logo on the front.
Gotcha.
And Carolina Reaper hot sauce. Very simple, very plain. Doesn't really strike me as enticing.
Unique. Yeah. Okay. So as far as my sauce goes, again, this is Zombie Repellent,
Which is a cool name.
I think I'll start off with habanero is probably my favorite pepper in the pepper family. It's a very good pepper. I mean, like, it's got great spice, and the pepper by itself, like the flavor, like not including spice, the flavor of the pepper itself is really good. It's tangy, I guess, but there's still like it's like if tangy were fuller, because whenever I think of tangy, I think of like, like that sort of like queasiness that you get on your tongue, like it makes your tongue like kind of. That's the best way I could describe it.
Do that again.
But it's like if tangy were like a full flavor instead of kind of like a thin flavor, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why actually the Melinda's hot sauce incorporates both habanero and ghost pepper.
Gotcha.
So it rounds out the flavor, I think.
Mm-hmm. So flavor for Zombie Repellent, I'm going to go with 5 out of 5 because the primary pepper is habanero. And let me see if I can find, so the ingredients, habanero is at the top of the list. So it is primarily a pepper sauce, whereas being that Zach's was primarily tomato, we would probably refer to that more of as a salsa.
Yeah, I would say.
But habanero is being the primary ingredient in this hot sauce. 5 out of 5 for flavor, 4 out of 5 for spiciness. And as far as creativity goes, the actual shape of the bottle, I know you guys can't see it, but it's sort of shaped like a small flask.
That's what it looks like, one of those glass flasks.
Yeah, it's glass, and it's got like a nice grip to it, and it's got a zombie on the front with the big circle and a line through it. No zombies. Eat this hot sauce, and the zombies won't want to eat you.
That's
5 out of 5 creativity for that guy. Very, very tasty.
Beautiful.
So yeah, go try those hot sauces, and you're welcome for those suggestions and reviews.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you wanna tell our beautiful people? Oh, do you want to talk about the upcoming thing or
the upcoming show?
Yeah.
Because we have our show subjects for the next show where we are talking about things, which is going to not be the next show.
Yeah.
4 weeks from now, we'll be talking about the stuff that we have ready for you.
Okay.
But we'll save that as it'll be a surprise. 2 weeks from now, we'll tell you what we're doing. 4 weeks from now.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks from now, we got a special little surprise for everybody.
We do. And I gotta say, I'm pretty excited because we're actually gonna get an expert on something.
That's right. We're bringing in an actual expert as opposed to the off-brand experts that you've been dealing with for the past several months. We're bringing in the Mr. Tyler Cureton from Unmasked with TDC, which is a podcast that you can check out wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Exactly.
Mr. Cureton is a technical director at Stephen F. Austin University, and he's going to come on the show, and we're going to interview him, and he's going to teach us how to become experts in, I'm not sure what yet. He said, because I was like, whatever you're an expert in, man.
Yeah.
I was like, whether it's your profession or whether it's a hobby that you actually are an expert in, go for it. Whatever you want to do. So I imagine we'll get something pretty creative from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited. It's been a while since I've talked to him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. But both Zach and I know him personally, and he's a fun guy.
He's a very, very cool dude. Let me just say.
So in the meantime, go check his show out. that is Unmasked with TDC, and get ready for 2 weeks from now whenever we have him on the show.
Yeah, do it, cowards. I'm sorry.
Cowards. Oh man,
I'm sorry.
Okay. I guess something to mention is I myself have already appeared on his show to kind of promote our show. You're welcome.
Oh, you have? Oh, I didn't know.
So if you decide to go listen to Unmasked,
cool.
You'll get to hear more of me.
Yeah, we always want to hear more of old Drew.
Yeah, more me. It's all about me.
It's all about him. I'm just here. I'm supporting cast. You know. I always play second fiddle in shows.
You probably could easily convince Tyler to get you on his show too, because that's literally all he does. Is he has a new guest every week. It's just interviews.
Oh well, yeah. I'll think about it. I'll see what's up. I'll see if I can fit it in my schedule. It's so busy.
Well, I want to give one last you're welcome. But first, Zacharuni, would you be so helpful as to give the listeners the tellings of how they can get in contact with us?
You know, I don't know if I want to be helpful. Tell you what, but I'll do it for you, baby. Anyway.
Oh, boy. Okay.
You can reach us at our Twitter handle at YourWelcomePO1. You can tweet at us directly, or you can reach us by our DMs, slide in them. Slip and slide in them. Since summer's almost over, you gotta get in those DMs. You just slip and slide.
Get that last slip and slide in, baby.
Dude. It's
about to be too cold.
Get straight in. You're never too old for slip and slide. I tell you what. That's what my grandfather always told me. If you want to reach us more directly, you can shoot us an email. I know it's a little old-fashioned nowadays, but you can shoot us an email at yourwelcomequestions@gmail.com. Again, that is YOURE without an apostrophe. Welcome questions at gmail.com. And also, we have a Facebook group that I'm not on Facebook. Drew handles that one. So I don't know what goes on over there. I'm sure it's some weird kinky stuff. I couldn't tell you. Apparently it's a lot of fun.
Zach's too hip for Facebook.
No, I just hate the Zuck, man.
I hate
the Zuck. Can't stand him.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway.
What a guy.
Oh, hey, do you want to do the music thing, or do you want to do the music thing? I could do the music thing.
I'll handle it all.
Okay,
baby.
Do it.
Don't forget, if you are musically inclined, to send in a 10 to 15 second original music clip. We would love to showcase some of our talented listeners onto the episode each and every week. Zach's making a weird face. I was expecting him to say something.
I wasn't.
Okay. So just send us some original music that you wrote, 10 to 15 second clip, and we would gladly feature just about any dang old thing. Just about anything, man.
I mean, I put together like a lo-fi chill hip hop beat on GarageBand, and we played it
together in about 10 seconds.
Yeah. It's real easy with Apple Loops.
I personally would be willing to feature someone just like singing into a microphone like doop 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 boop 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 boop. You're welcome.
Yeah, do that. Somebody do that. That would be amazing. I want that. Yeah. I want it so bad. Please do it.
But yeah, send us your clips and we will feature your musical butt on the show. And if you are a real musician and more like you actually make music and you don't just like boop boop a doop in a microphone, we would be glad to plug your SoundCloud or your iTunes or whatever.
Bandcamp.
Where if you happen to post music somewhere, we would love to plug your stuff and get your career taken off, as they say.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have very many followers, which is where you guys come in. If you enjoyed the show, please take the time to recommend it to just one of your friends this week. It helps us grow, and it helps us get other people's musical talents out there. I know that's not quite what the show's about, but anyway, it helps us do that.
It is a byproduct.
It is a byproduct. It helps us do that. I mean, we can't stress enough. We have zero marketing money. We cannot afford it.
We are broke.
We are dead broke, dead in the water. and we rely entirely on the word of mouth. So if you can do what you can to help us, we would be eternally grateful to you and your friends. So help us out. Help us help you get our voices out there. Yeah. I think I worded that correctly. I don't think I did.
Well, we got the gist, I think. Great. Well, thank you for joining us, all you juicy people.
Oh, we've said juicy before, haven't we?
I don't know. Who cares? I'm Drew.
And I'm Zach.
And we'll see you next time on
You're welcome.